It's good to be back. Okay, so welcome back to the channel, guys. I know it has been a hot minute since I've got on here and put up a video, but essentially for anyone who doesn't know, I work as a singer on a cruise ship, and a couple of months ago, or a month and a half ago, I joined my ship and we began our install process of getting all of our shows up and running in the theatre and the venues around the ship. Now that just takes a while, so I think it was a 44-day install, which is pretty long, but we had some like brand new material for this ship that has never been done here before, so it just takes a while to get up and going. And obviously access to good Wi-Fi is not very easy on cruise ships. With the install process being so busy, just didn't have a huge amount of time to get off and go to places that had good Wi-Fi to upload. And then compounding that, about 2 weeks ago, I got pretty sick and was out of the gym for about 10 days. Up until that point, I was still ticking away with the bulk, everything going as planned, actually going really, really well. But then just had a pretty big knock about 2 weeks ago. And I've only actually been back in the gym for the last 2 days. So I thought, when I'm getting back into it and building my strength back up, building my stamina back up, why not film a video again and just get the ball rolling again, you know? Figured it's legs today, so you're gonna join me for a leg workout. But before that, I am working this evening. I have a show to do. So I'm gonna get ready for that, and then I'll see you afterwards for a little pre-workout meal and a big old leg session. Okay guys, so work finished for the day. So now I'm gonna eat my pre-workout meal, which is, and don't judge me here, it's 2 cheeseburgers. Just purely because I've not got a huge amount of calories in today throughout the day. My work day was quite busy, and also I was just exhausted and I couldn't be bothered to eat. I still don't have much of an appetite since I'm like getting better from being sick, so I'm just trying to get in calories, you know? So I'm gonna eat those, make like an actual pre-workout, and then I'll see you up in the gym. Okay, so like I said at the beginning of the video, today is a leg session. It is late, I mean it's 25 to 11 at night, but I've got to get it done. So I'm gonna start off with some hip adductor, then we'll go on to leg press, leg extension, squats, and then possibly maybe like a split squat or something like that. Obviously gonna be like a quad and glute focused leg day because I do hamstrings on my pull day. I have switched my split up a little bit, so I'll probably explain that in the next video that I do, just because I had like I say, like 2 weeks off, so I was like, you know what, let me switch it up a bit and just keep things fresh. I'll go more in depth on that on the next video. Just want to get this session done. So yeah, let's get cracking. Okay guys, so just gonna do 2 warm-ups and then 3 working sets. Let's get into it. Adductors done. Obviously nothing too taxing, but really felt it. I got, what, 2 sets of 15 and 1 set of 12 with the full stack. Just really focusing on like controlling the eccentric, making sure I'm squeezing the muscle because, you know, I'm using the most weight that I can use on here now. So it's really just about getting the most out of that I possibly can. So next gonna be leg press. Gonna do a couple warm-ups and then 1 top set and a back off set. And that's probably what I'll do for squats as well. But between those leg extensions, so let's go get it. Guys, these sleeves are going on after 2 shows. Just want to make sure that I'm doing what I can to protect them, especially as I'm lifting a little bit heavier. I mean, this leg press does only go up to 400 pounds, so nothing crazy, but still, like, just can't be too careful, especially with my history of having not amazing knees. There's just no harm in being extra cautious, you know? But yeah, like I said, I'm going to do top set here, just as many as I can get, and then rest a couple minutes and do it back off and drop the weight slightly. I think my best on this weight ever is, like, on this particular leg press is either 10 or 12, something like that. So, I mean, I'd love to get around there, but this is my first leg session back since getting sick. I have noticed in the past 2 days, my push session and my pull session, that my strength just in general is down for sure. I think that's just a combination of not training for 2 weeks and obviously not being able to eat properly or anything. You know, I was basically bedbound for about a week of those 2 weeks. So the strength is not where it was when I left. Oh, okay, happy with 10 reps there. And I'm pretty happy with like the tempo and everything. I feel like I controlled it very nicely. So yeah, gonna take a little rest because I'm out of breath and then do my back off. Okay, slight change of plans. I was going to do leg extensions next, but I'm feeling in the zone, so I'm going to actually do my squats now. Again, just going to aim for a top set and a back off set. Obviously do a couple of warm-ups first, but that's like the structure of the actual work, you know? So I've had a decent rest already, so I'll probably just go over and do my first warm-up. Let's go do it. I said when I was in Miami, obviously don't love squatting on a Smith machine, but there are certain things about it that are kind of better than squatting with a free bar. So I think it's just how my levers are arranged. My glutes do tend to really take over the movement and it hits my quads less than I would like. Whereas in this, you can kind of jimmy it so your back stays more upright and it does hit more of your quad. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. Sometimes I fail if I go too heavy. My body just reverts back into doing it how I can easiest get from A to B, which obviously bodybuilding is not what you want to be doing. So yeah, you do 1 rep on 2.5 plates, then take a little rest and move up to 3 for a working set. Okay, well, I guess 3 was all she wrote, right? Not super disheartened, honestly. Like I said, I have noticed a real dip in my strength since coming back to the gym. But to still manage to do 3 plates for, I think it's safe to say, a very well controlled and very good range of motion, 3, it's a jumping off point, right, for my next leg session. So going to drop down to 2 plates now and just try and bash out as many reps as I can. Again, still keeping it nice and controlled, still keeping the form good. And then we'll move on to some leg extensions. Okay, let's just chill for a second. Then we'll do it.
Drum hit your face, you be like. When the drum hit your face, you be like. When the bass drum hit your face, you.
Okay, squat's done. I do definitely think once my stamina's back a bit more, I will add another heavy set in there and still keep the back off, but maybe do 2 big sets instead of 1. So now going to do some leg extensions just to get some more volume in, because the stuff I've done so far has not been super high reps. I think I might just do 3 straight sets on here instead of like a top and back off set. You know, I don't want to be going super heavy on this. I've already got bad knees, I don't need to be making them worse. So probably just do 3 straight sets on here, aiming for like 15 to 20, something like that. And then, depending on how my knees are holding up, depending on how I'm feeling fatigue-wise, might finish off with some split squats. Also, elephant in the room, guys. Well, maybe not elephant in the room, but I'm aware that I'm a little bit chunkier than when I was last on camera. Part of that is by design, you know, I'm bulking, I'm gonna put on a bit of fat. A lot of it really is from this past 2 weeks. I feel like probably a lot of people will feel the same, but when I'm sick, I have no appetite. So I just couldn't eat good food. Like all I could eat was like just shit food, like Haribos and things like that, things that I knew would get calories in. But I kind of wasn't taking into account the fact that I was literally bedbound for like nearly a week. So my expenditure was 0. And that's taken a bit of a toll, you know? A lot of that is losing fullness in the muscle and Some of it will be holding a lot of water from doing no movement and eating not great food. And when I say not great food, I don't mean like objectively bad food, I just mean not particularly nutrient-rich food or very processed foods, things like that. Which are not, I don't think, my personal opinion is not inherently awful, but if it is the entirety of your nutrition, probably not ideal. So yeah, I'm very aware that my look right now is not one that I would personally aspire to, but I'm back training now. I've upped my cardio slightly just to get my blood flowing again. I spoke to my coach and that's what he recommended. We're keeping food where it is, still around 4,000 on training days and 3,700 on non-training days. Just gonna take it day by day, week by week. And if we keep progressing and I get too fluffy, we'll just do a mini cut. I'm not setting my sights on one in any particular time zone, just if and when I need it, I'll do it. But for now, yes, I'm aware that I'm a bit fluffier than I was last time, carrying more fat than I would like to, and probably more than is necessary for a bulk. But I am where I am, and as a natural person, you want to stay in a surplus for as long as you can if you want to make gains stick. So I can't bail on it now. I am where I am, got to keep pushing. Let's do some leg extensions.
Trapped inside a dream, could have sworn it used to be our home. Echoes filled the streets, in the crowd feeling all alone. Sat right there, oh so quiet, try to hide it. If a new thought formed, we would swallow it down. Empty stares, never question.
Okay, one sit down. Now, for anyone wondering why my seat is so far back, I know it looks ridiculous, but the reason I do it is because just this particular machine, the angle of the lever doesn't come back very far, so I don't get much of a stretch at the bottom of the movement. Whereas I found if I push the seat all the way back, I can push my hips forward while still keeping my knee in line with the joint of the machine. And if I'm pushing my hips forward, I can get more of a stretch in the quad. Now, obviously I could push my hips forward with the seat forward, and that would give me more of a stretch, but then my knee would be so far away from the joint of the machine that it would just be impossible to do properly. So that is why the seat is so far back and why it looks so silly.
Play alone, they won't leave you to drown. Stand up, 'cause we are the movement. Don't stop, straight into the dark. Wake up, 'cause this is the moment, and every fire starts with a spark. A revolution. Stand up, 'cause we are the movement. Don't stop, straight into the dark. Wake up, 'cause this is the moment, every fire starts with a spark. A revolution.
Okay guys, originally the plan obviously was to do some split squats now, but my right knee is giving me a lot of shit and I am just completely spent. So I'm gonna nix the split squats for today. I'm gonna do my cardio, which is 25 minutes of incline treadmill. I'm so beat, but thank you for joining today. It is really, really cool to be back filming again. Obviously the workout's not as exciting as I would like it to be, but I'm still ramping back up to 100% again. The amount of videos probably is going to drop down from 3 videos a week to maybe just 1 or 2, just because of access to Wi-Fi and I'm busy. I'll see, definitely 1 a week, but hopefully 2, that would be cool. I'm expecting my next video will be my chest or my push session in a couple of days time, so I'll get that filmed for you, and potentially a couple of visitors. I'm actually training now with one of the dancers in the car, a guy called Ashley, so he'll probably pop up on the channel. Also actually training one of my friends on board, a musician. She asked me to like essentially coach her, at least in the gym. I'm not doing like nutrition and stuff, but just taking her through some workouts and stuff. So potentially you'll be seeing a little bit of both of those things. But in the meantime, guys, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It is good to be back, and I'll see you next time.